Greetings, beautiful beings. November is a month of Pleiadians. Now, I want to share with you a little bit more about this amazing energy that is affecting us and helping us in these days. So first we'll start with the language of light to really share that energy, the heart energy, the soul energy that I bet you feel very strongly in these days. So, the greetings from Pleiadians. Leo son delicala santius vanasia leasa. We have been your ancestors, and since we have seeded the earth or opened the doorway and passages for the earth, we are sharing this energy with you every year in the November and May in the heightened energy way to help you in your evolution, to help you in your life, because we love you. You are our children. Alon sietang kia hala so tianon de la hasa. And so, as the month of the November goes on, we want you to know that it is a month of the harvest. In the physical world, you do and you harvest the food, you prepare your pantries, you're preparing for the winter, that there is no shortage, that you have a lot of food to go on through the winter until you plant new crops. With the energy, it is the same way. Just this year, we want to really put emphasis on your energy. It is a time to sit, perhaps to light out your candles, connect with your ancestor and with all your ancient energy that you have left on the earth, and start looking at all what you have learned, all the lessons that you have mastered. So let's say that you are very much spiritual, and in this lifetime you learn about the energy healing and the crystals, and you may have your regular job occupation. Let's say that you may have been a teacher, or the doctor, or the baker. Do not forget to put that piece of the puzzle up there. What is it that you have mastered to learn in this lifetime? You may be the mother, father, caregiver, or somebody who needs to receive the care. Write down or map all those skills that you have learned, or everything that you have experienced, and pull it all together. Sort of start harvesting all your energy, all your experiences, the physical and spiritual. And don't forget sort of to merge it together. Your first two DNAs, the functioning DNA, is the physical DNA of the physical body, which would be connected to the organs, tissue, literally to all our physical body. And the second one is the spiritual DNA, which is weave in your chakras, in your spiritual batteries. And so we want to take the physical aspect which you have learned in this lifetime, and we want to take that spiritual aspect, everything from that fantastic, unknown, and mysterious that you have learned, and start weaving it together and kind of like gather it. If you can physically gather it on the table, I know you cannot, but in an imaginary, if you can sort of pile it up on the table, same like you would go to the garden and pick all your food and fruits and vegetables and kind of pile it up on the table, and then you start the canning process, right? Let's use the metaphor of the canning here. So you want to put all your experience in these pretend jars, sort of, here. I don't know, I have learned how to read, how to count. I have learned about the energy healing. I have learned about the crystals. I have learned about the acupuncture. I have learned about the herbal medicine. And, the list goes on and on and on. And so you label your jars. And it's okay to have it separate for now, but you want to put it into the pantry. So you imagine that you have this imaginary pantry that has labeled everything you have ever learned. And if you can go in your past life experience, if you can remember anything from that, please pull it up. One of the energies, now we're going to sort of sidestep here for a little bit. One of the energies that we are sending on the earth in this month is the heightened essence or knowledge of your past life. We want to bring that knowledge up, first of all, to heal the past life. And it's very effective to do it in your physical body, because what happens on the earth has to be healed on the earth from that physical point. It physically have happened. You need a physical energy to apply in that healing. Whenever it's just that talk from the physical vessel sent out there. And every past life have some kind of the lesson. You may have a knowledge, the wisdom, the skill that you practice in that lifetime. And that is something that you want to take, put in your jar, and put in your spiritual pantry. Now, this is quite a journey. This is something that may take you several days, several weeks, several months, perhaps to some is several months. There is no time pressure on this one, but it is something that, if you are on your journey and you really want to speed up your time, do it in November, do it now. Focus on it so you can move up faster if you wish to. And if you're not, again, there is no time rush. You can do it at your convenience, at your own speed. Each one's energy works different, and it's quite acceptable that this energy will work like that. Now, let's imagine your pantry is full, that you put everything that you could remember, and you label it, and you put it into the jars, and what to do with it now. Now you're gonna create a journey, a very special journey. So many of you ask, what is it that I'm good at? What is my life mission? What is that soul calling that I came here to do? Why I'm even here? We want you to look at your life, and we want you to look sort of from that step back, from the third person point of view. And we want you to look and think what it is that people come to you for. What do they ask you the most for? Let's say that you put your this is from my human Eva brain, and kind of like explain it to the Pleiadians, because we talk about it in our sessions. You look at your Facebook page, or somewhere where you're sharing. Those who don't use the Facebook page may look, in their life, what you're sharing with the others. And what is it that your friends or even the strangers comment on the most? What is it that they like on you the most? Let's say they may like that part of you that you may think that it's not worthy, or it's not really good enough, and so much on. So you want to look what gets you the most likes. And that is something that draws these other people towards to you. And you will create a journey. So that's gonna be opening like a doorway, like a portal for all what you have in the pantry to start utilizing. But you need a door, you need a portal to kind of like enter on this journey and bring up your energies. So let's say that you are the spiritual counselor, and most of the people will come to you and they ask you about the health questions, and they ask you about how to make their body better, what is the good diet, and so much on. That may be that opening for you to kind of look at it, and it says, okay, starting and giving the advice or opening the doorway that my focus will be on the healthy diet and the eating and nutrition, then that's my door, and then I'm gonna bring everything what I learned through this door. So for some will be working, adding the crystals, I don't know, energizing the water or energizing the energy, staying in focus, being focus on the good diet. Some people have a really hard time to stick to the right plan, and perhaps the right crystal is going to help them to stick that right plan, or the energy healing, acupressure, acupuncture, and you name it. You just have to find your doorway. So once you find a thing that people are the most interested in, that they are kind of curious about you, then they're gonna become your doorway. Then you wanna sit back and you wanna observe, well, what most likely will happen, you will say, well, it's not exactly a thing that I want to do, or that I dream about doing, or does that right thing, there may be something else. Go into that thing. Sort of, take a step back in your energy and says, why do I feel that that cannot be the thing? Now, you slow down your energy, and you ask a question. Do I, for example, as I ever, want to do it all my way, my human way, when I know what is the better, which jar is the best to open the first, because I know the best, right? That's wrong. That's very much ego. Even spiritual people are still sometimes stuck in the ego. Or do I want to slow down, take a deep breath and says, what is the guidance? How can I be in the service? Is this the right way? And use the guidance. Now, what we want you to know, you receive the guidance from Pleiadians, but you receive the guidance from the God's energy, from the everything about. Let's say there's the extraterrestrials and of course us, and Council of the Light and the Alliance of the Light. There are many levels of the hierarchy, but the highest available energy where we all came from is the God's energy, or the almighty, everything that there is. It is the unified energy of there's no separation, there's no male and the female, there's no duality, there's no body, there's no even the talks. It's just very peaceful and joyful energy, and that is the most highest available energy to follow. If you connect with that energy, you do connect with us, or we connect you to that energy if you wish to. But you have to allow to build a trust. First of all, trust in yourself, trust in your heart, in your soul, trust in your intuition, trust in the journey. And you create a trust with us, and we are more than happy to hold your hand and walk you on your journey, to help you to hold that door open and give you all tools that you need. Now, once you walk that door, ask the questions and ask for the help. No guide from the highest available energy can assist you if you do not ask, and ask the right questions or the right things that you need. For example, if you ask that you want to have a more time for your spiritual practice, to us it means, okay, you don't need a job, we give you that time, and you may possibly get fired, as we now understand it from the human point of view. But we understand that this is not what you want, so please be specific. Specific is the right word. Please be specific. So I'm sure that you guys here know this. I'm kind of like pulling the Pleiadian channeling and my own experience of it, what we do here, and so much on. But back to them, the November is very strong with the energies, and we would like you to utilize it. You may notice that you feel more energized and you feel more spiritual, and you kind of feel like you are this little bunny full of the energy. And slow it down and look at on that path. Slow down, stay in the present moment, and see the beauty all around you, and which path is the most shiniest path for you spiritually, not which one has the most possessions or possibly the most make money and so much on. Look at it. How can you be in a service? Sit with it. What is the best thing to be in a service? And you can apply it to anything that you do. Not everybody has to be a healer or psychic. You can apply it in your lessons of you're gonna teach the children at school today. You may align it at your bakery today, and the energy that you're gonna put into the baked goods that you're making. You may align it into the cleaning when you go and you have to clean the backyard, rake the leaves. And there's no better or worst. There is no better job than the other. To us, there's an equality, and you should, may, whatever is the right word for it, start practicing to feel worthy. The worthy that you are all equal. You all are a piece of the puzzle to the greatest mystery out there, and to all this evolution that included our Pleiadian evolution as well. We all sort of are in an evolution cycle, same like you are evolving on the earth. We are evolving in the Pleiades, Syrians are evolving in the Sirius, and so are the other star nations. And we all have a highest interest to help one another. So you are all equal. There is no better or worse. There's no need to feel I'm not worthy, I'm not qualified enough. If you in your heart do and believe that you perform your job to your highest abilities, then you are worthy. And we will give the example of somebody who cannot really, who's not very well trained. Let's say there is somebody who is the baker, and it's his or her first day on the job, and let's say she bakes the bread, and it is a good bread. But if she works to her highest ability on the day one, if she try her best, truly, genuinely, from the heart, from the energy, from the evolving spirit, then she is as worthy as that best chef who has been working there 20 years. And yes, his bread, if we compare it maybe on the look or the taste or so much on, may taste better, but neither of them is less worthy because it's my first days of the job and this person is the 20-year day on the job. The soul energy, the love, the willingness to give the best to the world, that's what makes you worthy. And no one else can give it to you than you give it to yourself. We as Pleiadian beings can bring you a knowledge about it, but you are the one who is responsible to take the knowledge, apply it in your heart, in your energy, sort of put it within as this magnificent diamond code that you put within yourself, and you give yourself worthiness. You give yourself that moment of I am worthy. I can do anything I put in my mind, what is in my abilities. And if it's not in my abilities at the moment, I do have a choice to train. I do have a choice to train for the 20 years to be the best baker chef that there is. Yet, I have to keep my ego at the right place and not to show to somebody who's that first day at the work that I am the hot chef, I am the hot stuff, I'm the best, I know the best, I can give the advice which will be in a balance, which will be fair, which will be the encouraging. The energy of the fairness is very important as well. What is fair? Is it fair to tell somebody that, I don't know, we don't put the salt into the sweet dough? Absolutely, that is a fair thing. I mean, that's not, showing that I want to be better than you, or like how you don't know. You may say, excuse me, the salt doesn't, there goes just a pinch of the salt and there goes the cup of the sugar instead of something else. Now, this is a very silly example, but I hope it brings out the point. So we want you to enjoy these energies of the November. Reach up high, fill your pantry with all kind of the skills and abilities. Go back in your energy, research. What have you learned? What do you know? What are your abilities? What are your all personalities that you had in all these lifetimes on the earth? Because you had many lifetimes. You may possibly went through all these archetypes of the personalities. Now, if you have a whole pie of the personalities, you can always pick that little bit from the each when you need it, and you can pick the good part of it. You can leave kind of the one that become too strong or unpleasant. Rest in peace, and you can bring the strongest, the bravest, the loving, peaceful, joyful part of you. And that is all the sharing for today. I wish you love and light from my heart to yours, and loads of love from Pleiadians. Siyahang kiala siyane, ala so na, asiyun tiye ane.